Good evening, everyone. How's it going? Again, week 8, and we're back. It's going quick, though, isn't it? I mean, good God. I remember sitting here watching the first episode and thinking, 13 weeks, going to be very, very busy. But man, it's going along very, very quick. But that's a good thing. It means it's good. As ever, I have my co-host with me and co-owner, James. How's it going?
It's going well, thank you, man. Yeah, just approached me then. I wasn't expecting to start so abruptly. We were just having a casual conversation, and then it's like, okay, we're going in 10 seconds. It's like, oh shit, is it that time already? But yeah, how you doing, Mike? You okay?
Yeah, hectic day, hectic day. Editing, putting some bits and pieces together for content, and yeah, just a busy day, but in hiding. So that does help. That does help. So let's
That's
have a,
correct, man. Literally, this is probably the first episode I've gone in completely blind. I haven't seen anything apart from obviously last week's Eileen tease.
oh
That's
yeah,
all I've
yeah, of
seen,
course,
which
yeah.
is good going. That is, mate.
You've done well. You've
I've
done
kept off Twitter. I don't think I've been on YouTube or anything. I suppose with it being Mother's Day, I've had things that have been happening, so it's not like I've been sat around twiddling my thumbs all day. But crazy. Yeah.
quality.
Hello, everyone.
Hello,
Good
everybody
evening, Hannah.
in chat. We've got Hannah in, Frankie's in. I can see Retro is in over on YouTube. Rich is in on over YouTube. Titch is in. Ginger Fairy's in. Let's go up the list as well.
Awesome stuff.
Good.
Frankie's in. Happy Mother's Day to you, Frankie. I don't know why you said Happy Mother's Day to me, but oh, fuck off. I know what you mean. She sent me a screenshot or something. It was like free for your mother to go to Arcade Club.
Oh,
And
really?
she's like, do you want to come with me? That's my mother.
Hey, Yanni, how's it going? So,
Hey up, Paddy's in the chat
oh,
as well.
Paddy's in as well. Good to see you, man. How's it going?
Ahoy hoy.
I just think of The Simpsons every time with that. But before we crack in, James, do you want to go through some very quick Shenmue news? It's been a busy week.
Yeah, man. So while I'm reading this out, guys, get your Crunchyroll things out, get logged in, get it all ready. So the first one I'm going to start with is this exciting one. I don't know if you've seen this yet. I'm looking at this over on Phantom. Let me drop the fucking thing in the chat. So here's the link. So this is from phantomriverstone.com. This is a Shenmue Cross Yokosuka event that's planned in a few weeks' time, right? Phase 1, yeah. So Phase 1's the 23rd of April, 13th of May. So what's happening? You're going to get a live stream. It's going to be Masaya Matsukaze, voice of Rio, obviously, of course, in Japan. Yu Suzuki, Yuki Ozono, Ezra Crabbe. Sorry, Ezra, if you hear that, Crab. Ezra Crabbe. They're doing like I don't know if it's a Q&A or just some sort of like celebrationary live stream. But basically what's happening in Yokosuka, there's going to be loads of things going on. They've got an exhibition of anime and game materials at certain shops associated with Shenmue. So I think that might be similar to what they did last time, where they did like cardboard cutouts outside certain locations. So, you know, the sacred spot maps, if you remember them from previous involvement events, they've done a new one of those, and they've changed a couple of them around. I think most of them are the same, but they've changed a few trying to get some event anime locations on this map. So I'm assuming there might be probably like cardboard cutouts of anime characters this time, or things going on in there. Possibly even history pieces. From what I was reading, there might be like some sort of original concept art in some of these shops, and they're supposed to change whatever they've got in a shop in Phase 1. They're going to change it to something else in Phase 2. And there's 3 phases, so there's a lot going on. But some of the exciting things for collectors, we've got postcard collectibles. So if you go into, I don't know if any of you can get down to Yokosuka. I think it's still a bit tricky to get to Japan at the moment. But if you're there, if you're watching us from Japan, head on down.
Get us some stuff while you're at it.
Supermarket sweep. Head on down. If you go in a shop and spend, I think, is it 500 yen to get a postcard, or if you spend 2,000 yen, you get 4. That works out anyway, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
5 Yeah.
Hmm.
So that works out. Maximum of 4. So if you spend 5k, for example, they only give you 4 apparently. And I'm not sure if they're random or whatever, but there's 6 postcards per wave for a total of 18. So that's cool. There's going to be an online gacha game, and I'm hoping international people can download it. Or what you might need to do is like log into the Japanese Apple iStore or whatever, download the app, play it, and then try and send it to like a Japanese address if you know someone from Japan, perhaps, or you can use one of these shipping websites that let you have a Japanese address you can input into the app. I don't know how heavy Japanese it might be difficult to do, but I'm sure someone will do a guide of how to do it. But if you collect a full set of gacha capsule toy things in this app, apparently they'll send you a greetings card through the post, which is nice. And there's also an on-site in Yokosuka gacha. I don't know if it's a machine or something, but it says something like if you hold your phone up to it, I think you collect collectibles as well. I don't know what's happening there. We'll see what's happening with that. But if you collect a full set on site, they give you an A2 poster, which
Bloody hell, it's quite a sizable
is
poster.
mate. That's massive, isn't it? When you think of it, you've got everyone knows a piece of A4. I think A3 is
A3,
A3 4 lots of A4, I think.
A3, I think.
So A2 is A2 going to be 4 A3s? Is that right?
I
Does
think
anyone
it
know paper
double. I think
sizes?
it
That's
doubles every
mental.
time. So two A4, I think, is an A3. Then two A3s an A2. I
Okay,
think.
that makes more sense. Otherwise, it'd be bloody.
It'd be like
You
your
wouldn't even fit
wall,
it in your
all
house,
like
would
that,
you?
wouldn't it? Matt, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, flag, you're okay.
The hardest thing's going to be, especially for us, like, is getting hold of this shit. It's like with the coaster sets when they did it with the
Posters were
re-releases.
almost impossible,
Yeah,
weren't they? I know that
like
there's been a few on eBay
yeah, but they're like 30
or whatever,
quid
but
a coaster. It's crazy money, isn't it? I've been lucky.
yeah.
I got sent a couple last Christmas or the Christmas before. I think Hannah sent me a
Okay.
couple because I sent over the Shenmue 3 collectors to her, so she
Hmm.
sent it as a thank you, which was amazing. But they are really expensive. You see them going on by you like the sets for like £200-300. It's crazy money.
Yeah, yep. So expect the same again. um, quickly, the opening and ending themes are now available to buy or stream.
Yeah.
So go check those out. Shenmue World Issue 2, obviously we're in the last 42 hours as I speak. So that's like less than 2 days. In fact, it finishes at 3 p.m. Tuesday. So if you're still, I don't know, holding out for some reason, yeah, just make sure you get that in because I probably won't print them again. I probably won't actually provide any copies outside of the Kickstarter. I know like last time I did to a couple of people who missed out, but I just don't think I'll have enough stock this time around. We're just keeping everything really tight. So what was it? I think there's nine issue 1 and 2s left.
Yeah, they've gone
So if you
really
missed out on
quick.
issue 1 as well, yeah, you're down to the last 9 there, and that's like an extra 50 I added. So that's pretty crazy. And then the final piece of news, okay, I'll give it a quick mention. So Sega Powered issue 3. I don't know if anyone knows Sega Powered. It's like a new Sega magazine by veteran Sega magazine editors. So you've got Dean, I forget his surname actually, but he used to work on DC UK. There's a guy that used to work on a magazine called Sega Power around the Mega Drive days. Probably mentioned this before in the past, but issue 3 has a Shenmue cover, which looks insane.
Oh, it looks so nice.
I should have been linking some of this stuff. I forgot.
Put it
I'll
up.
definitely do the Kickstarter one. Yeah, can you do that? Actually, put the issue cover up or not?
Let me find it before we
So
start.
yeah, these I don't think they're available to pre-order yet, but just keep an eye out. We'll make these. We'll tweet out when you can pre-order them or whatever. Oh yeah, we've had an update from Big Wax. So if you've ordered the 11LP set, there's still a delay. They're still waiting. They're kind of pushing the blame on Limited Run Games actually because they're making the boxes. They're still waiting for that stock to come from Limited Run Games before they can send them out. So that's why you still haven't heard much about the LP boxes yet.
Yeah.
And
then
the other one I was going to say while Matt's getting this up is the 4Gamer interview's actually been translated properly now by Switch on phantomriverstone.com, and we'll just mention briefly the little mention he made of Shenmue 4 or potential Shenmue 4. So they asked, you most recently released Shenmue 3. Do you have any plans for the next one in the series? And Yu Suzuki said, I would like to if I get the chance. So Shenmue 3 was made with the support of longtime fans, so 95% of the content was for them, and we really put all our effort into making it. Therefore, satisfaction was reasonably high amongst the fan base. I am aware that some aspects felt tedious to those who hadn't played the old Shenmue games. Shenmue is a game in which slight inconveniences are something to enjoy. So people who weren't used to user-friendly, modern open-world game systems may have felt confused. If there is a next game, I would like to make it for new players as well as the core fans. I believe that the fans who have given their support until now will encourage me in trying various new things in order to welcome newcomers and create new fans. So that's good because he's obviously thinking about Shenmue 4.
Definitely.
That comment there, he hopes that the fans are supportive about new things he might try. So obviously these plans there. What was the other thing though that they? Okay, so they asked him what his current projects are, and he said, "If I'm still making games," he said, "I hope to have something to announce by the end of the year. So please keep an eye out." And they said, "That's something to look forward to. Is it about something that you like?" And he said that F355 Challenge is the only game that is a direct reflection of what I like. Most of my titles have either been Most of my titles have been taken on to address particular needs or themes rather than what I like, so I have no preference with regards to subject matter now or in the past. I have not been particular about genres or platforms, so once I decide what I want to make, I work hard towards that goal, and that feeling has probably never changed. So I thought that was quite surprising, really, because I thought he'd said in the past he's like Shenmue's biggest fan, in a sense that like Shenmue's something that he enjoys working on, which he probably does enjoy working on, but he was saying it's not about something that he particularly he likes. The only one that he can say that about is the F35
He's a
game,
fan of
which is
Ferraris, isn't he? So that makes sense.
well, that kind of surprised me as well because the whole article's about Outrun, which is a Ferrari game. But
yeah, it's interesting. It doesn't. It's not any closer to a confirmation or not about Shenmue 4. Wisenet could be working on that. They could be working on another project. They could be sat there working on Shenmue 4 quietly while working on other projects. Studios quite often have more than one thing going on to keep things going, to keep the teams together, etc. Just see where we are. But the anime is doing so well at the moment anyway. With the momentum we've got from that, I think we just need to capitalize on that first and foremost and see where we end up at the end of it. Excuse me. But it's interesting times for Wisenet. Very interesting times.
Yeah, sorry, Matt. So that's the Sega Power magazine you've got up on the screen.
That is indeed the front cover, which they've put together. I think it was revealed early last week.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
definitely check that out, guys, when it's available.
Cracking cover. Right, we are at 13 minutes past 8. Should we give people 2 minutes to sort of
get 2 minutes, just as we've been waffling on there,
to get ourselves together, and then I'll close that down.
So flag confirmed that A2 is 2A3.
Right, there we go.
No, that makes sense. Cool.
Right, let's sort these screens out. There we go. Let's pull this up on here. Let's full screen it. There we go.
Whilst we're waiting for a couple of minutes, guys, what's your favourite episode so far? Just put a number in the chat.
Oh, mine's 6.
1, 2. Episode 8. 6.
Daily gaming videos. Do you guys have a review or discussion about Shenmue 3? We'd love to hear your thoughts. We do. We did a podcast on it with Peter. What episode is that? 3 or 4, James?
I think it was 6.
Was it that far down?
Fair, mate. I think it was, yeah. I think we did. So let me try and go through them. So 1 was like our starter episode where we did a series overview. 2 was Bailu Village, I think.
Yeah.
3 was the Kickstarter timeline?
Kickstarter page, I think. I can't remember.
Then 4, I think we've chatted about what we want to see from Shenmue's story.
Yeah, the
then 5 was the team. 5 was the Team U timeline. And then 6, I'm pretty sure it was 6 with Peter.
I'm pretty sure. It makes sense, actually. Yeah, so...
And it's funny, everyone doing 6 in the chat. I don't know if they're saying their favourite anime episode or they're confirming what episode. I think it was 6, though.
Yeah.
So yeah, go check that. That's an absolute cracker, to be fair, the daily gaming videos. I think it was about 3 hour, might even be nearly 4 hours, was it, that one we did with Peter?
It was about 3 hours. About 3 hours we did.
It's got everything in there. We talked about Shenmue 3, like a proper breakdown review. We talked about the upcoming anime at the time. We discussed what we knew at the time about Shenmue 4. We had a quiz, just music, news section. It's crazy.
Busy old stream, wasn't it? Busy old stream. Right, we are at 8:15. Is everybody in chat ready?
Get ready, guys. So this one, if you remember, changed it. If you put your scroller bar all the way back to the start, for some reason it auto plays. So just be mindful that you may not be completely in sync. You're not going to be far off though. Oh, hang on. Get me headphones.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, you want to be able to hear it.
Oh, I need to set them as well. 1 second.
That's all right. No panic. I'd agree with that retro, actually. Yeah, 6 was definitely my favourite, though, because I think it just hammered and hit the nail on the head for the Shenmue 2 introduction and the world, etc. It was really good. Not to say that any of the episodes have been bad. They've all been pretty good overall. But yeah, 6 for me all day.
Rightio, I'm ready.
Right, I'm ready.
Let's go, guys. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, click.
Go. Ooh, what's this?
Ooh, excited for this one.
Oh, it's a bad ending.
Oh, Shenmue 2's bad ending.
Yeah, he's got the Phoenix mirror.
Did we not already have a bad ending?
We did, and he had the dragon mirror in it.
Okay. Yeah, Frankie. Got some bang me for you.
Yeah.
So he's officially staying over at the Daiwan apartments now.
He is.
Already a good episode. Here we go, mate. Book carrying. Right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
surprised.
just in the
library.
No, they're carrying the books.
Nice.
I'm surprised they're doing this. I'm pleased, but I'm surprised.
He's definitely going to find the wheeling shoe, then. Here you go, because he's mentioning you and Dora as well. A deference, what does that mean?
It's basically doing him a favour.
Okay. Nice tree.
Yeah. Oh, he's getting his books.
Oh, he's actually taking them off the shelves.
Oh, go on. He's going to drop them. Yes.
Oh, mate, what a pisser. That's definitely an Easter egg of sorts, isn't it?
I like that. All it needed was the arrow, and then.
Didn't we see the little bloke in one of the 5th episode, right, or the 6th episode? Didn't we see the guy that actually gets the books piled up for him?
I think we may have done like sweeping or something.
Yeah, I thought we'd seen him.
If you haven't bought this theme tune yet, guys, seriously, it's only £1.
Get your quid out, man.
Get your quid out, because this is addictive.
Yeah, Fang Mei's replaced that little guard guy, sweeper guy. Not sweeper. Well, I don't know. He kind of does sweep, doesn't he?
Yeah. He just sort of maintained it, didn't he? My only disappointing thing about these opening credits is they haven't changed it for Shenmue 2.
Yeah, it's all Nozomi.
I get it, but yeah, I'd love them to have changed it. But it's a minor thing.
Because the thing is, with regular viewers that don't know, they might think that Nozomi's coming back. Possibly. Like she just shows up in Hong Kong with a bag.
This is so addictive.
Yeah, exactly, Mike.
Yeah.
I've always been discussed about the books. There was a period where you said definitely not.
Hey, sheep.
Yo, sheep. Nice one, dude.
Perfect timing then. I love that plane going
Ooh,
over.
low
Love
plane
that.
again.
Come
Come
over
over
guest
guest
house.
house.
Oh, Rio paid him then.
Ran
Well,
out of money.
clearly anti Shenmue 2 then, sneaking out and paying him without paying the bugger.
So is that the context? Did he actually run out of money
I don't know. I think he's just assumed
ensuing?
it. So these are the books all out.
Is this something you're supposed to do with books? Leave them open outside?
I have no idea.
Or just old books? If it suddenly started raining and you forgot?
You'd be fucked, wouldn't you?
Just having to go at him and then,
Yeah.
okay, see you later. Interesting. He calls a Master Tau.
Okay. That makes sense, Hannah.
Check out the wheel and shoe, man.
Right, so this is going to be another wood of some description, which makes sense.
I like this little summary.
Yeah, a little reminder.
G. Slightly out of order then, isn't it? Dan second.
Gone. I think he mentioned gone down G and Yi, isn't it? But I don't.
Yeah.
You can learn them in
I
like
suppose you
three of
can
them
do
in
them
any
in any
order,
order,
can't you?
apart from the
Oh,
scrubbing. Oh, okay.
oh, Rio, what you doing, son? Good hands,
Why
good
is everyone got
hands.
these purple sacks? I like that they're showing like characters in
I like this.
other
A
places.
bit more. I don't know. It gives you more characterization. It gives a bit more feeling to them. Oh, I love this music.
Hong Kong tea shop. Is she going to show him the Chaiwin sign?
Oh, oh, maybe.
Interesting though, because if she does, that's from the Wuling Shoe, isn't it? So
Yeah,
she is, mate.
this music's lovely. Oh no, she's given him to the shop.
Really?
Yeah, she's given him to the shop.
That was a bit of a tease, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a bit. This music for this though could be in a Shenmue game. It fits lovely.
Reminded me of Mamma Bistro, actually. Treat for you.
Oh, fair play. Really staring at his tea. Well, you got Wong.
Why would he? Why would he steal his?
Cheeky bugger.
More fun, me. Nice.
I love that. I'm going out. Accompany me.
Accompany me, yeah. Like she's a bloody queen.
Mm.
Okay, so this is kind of the scene where he comes down from,
Look at Joy's face. She looks pissed at that.
bumps into Joy on the way. Lucky Charm Quarter. Possible. Barber?
Ah, okay. So this is
Oh,
feeding
okay.
into the trailer from last week.
Eileen. Maybe she's going to teach him the barbershop's weird then. I think Frankie said that last week. So cool to have Eileen in
Yeah,
it.
because it's like this is a character that you can miss in the games, like completely.
Like I said, I reckon there's people that are looking at this now wondering who she is.
Yeah, for sure.
Never even bumped into her or anything. Swallow dive.
Who's this?
She might.
Oh, yes,
Azumi!
yes.
Are you kidding me?
The
So
only,
this is the tomato.
but it's not tomato. Damn it!
Why not? Definitely
Fair
wasn't.
play. Fair play. She goes to punch him.
So why are they? It's
And
got me confused. Like, why are they showing Eileen and Azumi?
it's just a little.
They're
They've.
going to do the duck racing.
Oh, it'd be quality. Man, that's a quality little Easter egg. I love that.
Why was it not the tomato convenience store though? It's not like it's a licensed thing, is it?
No.
These are the guys that pick on that old lady Gwixang, aren't they? For the
They are. For the land sharks.
the hind blue. The children are new then, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, yeah. This is just like an extra scene, isn't it? Fucking hell, look at that stare.
I'm surprised, this how fast of a show it was previously.
That stare, man.
These
No,
last
that's a
episodes have been
death
quite
stare.
slower paced. If they're just going to run off in a minute.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a proper, like, I'm gonna fuck you up stare.
You want some, mate? Ooh, it's going to remind her of
Here we
Zinning a
go.
bit.
Here we go. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the amulet?
Who was it? Must have been right.
I love that.
Not succumb to the evil path.
I like this. They've got Ewing spot on here, and Fang Mei, in fairness.
Yeah. But I'm surprised there's so many new scenes.
There's loads here, isn't there? But this feels like last week's episode. Very Shenmue.
what I
Lots of
mean.
investigation
Yeah.
and bits and pieces going on. but moving really well.
So that's why they're after the Antin apartments.
Yeah, yeah, it gives it some sort of context to that. Oh,
Interesting.
he's late. Well, he's not lying.
True.
Rio, he's not lying. He was. Well, thanks for the sub. Oh.
It's interesting as well.
Mm.
Because there was that
There's that
flashback.
flashback, yeah, in episode 6.
I'm sure you had. We might have a follow-up one. He's going to find out that old lady is obviously.
Yeah,
But,
yeah. So that's where we're going by the looks of it.
But in the game, she's forgotten the word, hasn't she, or whatever?
Yeah, I've forgotten the name of it. She's calling Rio a fathead. Oh, Ewing's bloody brilliant in this.
I'm fine, mate, man.
Yeah, like they're really good.
Adding like the proper humour.
Mm. She's very she's a lot colder Ewing in the games.
Mm-hmm. With how long they're taking on this episode, I reckon they're pushing me back a bit now. I reckon we might end in Kowloon.
Oh. I like that. That's really well put together.
Yeah. Especially when he alluded to him not understanding what his father says, and then like
yeah, absolutely.
things are falling in places now.
Oh, Fang Mei's following him. So this must be the land sharks scene.
Yeah, okay. It is, isn't it? I wonder if she'll teach him the hind blow after this.
Now, here's a question. Are those the same as the guys in the game? Where's Joe Kitchen when you need him?
The guy with the purple and the hat.
Yeah, he is definitely there.
I assume the others will be. Is Joe in tonight?
So Rio's sort of reciting what he's just been told. Fair enough. Ooh.
Nice.
Ooh, that knee.
Bang May's not seen him fight yet, has she?
No, she hasn't.
Wonder if she's going to fall in love with him. I don't think they've got time for that, have they?
Oh, hey, Joe. You all right?
See. Nice.
Here we go.
Done.
Oh, so she tells him here. Okay. So he's not going to be dusting
so
any walls.
So it is Dan that does the bob, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you do, Rio. Oh, here we go.
They might skip the barber then. He might repay his shoeing by like doing the walls and stuff like that. Then
I've got a theory on the barber. Thinking about it now.
I was just thinking he might decide to do this as a bit of a.
Excuse me. Oh, they mentioned revenge for the first. That's the first time they've mentioned revenge in name.
That kind of works now. She said that because he didn't realise that was the reason why. Was it?
Yeah. They've gone for it. Perfect.
So he was just going for like truth and stuff and not realising his main motive.
Which is vengeance.
Which works because as soon as she saw him the first time, she mentioned that, didn't she?
Yeah, definitely.
Nice.
Oh, so
it's all fitting together, isn't it? It's fitting together, but in a different way, different style, different order.
But it's working. It works really well. There we go, the Walleen shoe.
So he's going to get the note now.
So
they made Quicksand more of a.
So that's it. So next episode's Chaowan sign then all the way.
Chaowan sign, and the fourth we do rather. It's just whether or not he's going to learn that voodoo from the barber, like in the game, or I'm thinking he might get it from scrubbing the walls now.
I have a theory on that, but I'll wait till this is sort of finished. But again, that whole episode felt again very Shenmue, wasn't it? Again,
considering like the first 6 episodes were like a whirlwind, the last 2 have been like you say, like Shenmue style episodes. And I'm surprised they've like spent so long on that particular episode with stuff that isn't even in the game. These little bits that are in the game, but there's like a lot of like, I want to say fleshing out, but obviously you can't really flesh out Shenmue in 20 minutes compared to like 20-hour experience. But they are fleshing out certain aspects that aren't in the game as well, like your Joy and Wong, your Shuing and Fang Mei bumping into that kid and stuff like that.
I think this almost feels like a mid-season rest, recuperate, build to the end
finale.
But these last two episodes have been very. Next episode's called Distinct. But these.
This is the style of episode where you would expect like a 24 episode season.
Yeah,
And this would be like a one of those episodes.
That sort of pacing. But I'm pleased they've slowed down a little bit and given us a feel of what Shenmue is, investigating, finding out about the people, getting invested in the atmosphere. Excuse me, of around what it is. I'm really pleased. I mean, again, I think it's sort of in terms of episode 6 is still my favourite, but these last two are closer to the Shenmue feel in the way they presented themselves than any of the other ones. And that's really cool. It does beg the question where we're going to end up at 13, though. Because they've got a lot to cover in what is now 5... Was it 5 episodes? 4 episodes left?
Five, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming that maybe we were, whatever they said originally, like most of Shenmue 2, I think it probably will end on the rooftop now, Yeah. Because I just think there's no room for that extra episode of all the way to the cave, right? Just reading in the chat, Downu's going to teach Last Wood.
Yeah.
Shenton said.
Now, my theory around the Last Wood, obviously, is the barber shop, isn't it? Everyone failed this QCE. We all fucking did it and got up, didn't we? We pressed A and ran. But I have a theory on that, right? He does that exact same scene, right? And it teaches him to look at moves and judge malice or not. And then Ren goes for him with a knife. And he meets Ren that way, and he judges Ren's movements using the wood.
Right, so you're saying the barber's knife, and then Ren's going to have his knife up against like in the same thing, and that's going to be the connection. It's going to be like he's not going to move, and Ren's going to be like, "Can I, mate?"
Yeah,
I'm about to stab you. What's up with you?
Yeah, exactly that. That Rio's like, I feel no malice in the movement or whatever he said. I can't remember exactly what he says in the barber shop. I think he says the movements are sharp, but I didn't feel any malice in your movements or something. I could see them doing that. You link it together. You then go. Ren goes, right. Why are you here? Yuanda do. Right. We're off to Right. He's in Kowloon. We're off.
Could work. It's just how are they going to introduce the barber randomly?
How are they going to do? And we got to do Chawan's sign as well, haven't we?
Well, like Titch says, thinking they alluded to the Chawan sign stuff with the tea set. Remember when they were Gwixang was showing off the tea set, whatever. At the time, it felt like it's an Easter egg, but they're definitely going to do the Chawan sign, I reckon. Now,
yeah, they got to
with the Wooling shoe. When he was looking at the Wooling shoe, just nothing fell out.
No, it's just literally he had the title on the top, and then he turned it over, and there it was. So I imagine it's going to pick up from him reading the Wooling shoe, and then the thing falls out. And then you sort of get into your episode as to what they're going to do. But I could see them doing Chawan, the Wood.
I wonder if he's going to go around town then, maybe, with this piece of paper saying, like, does anyone know about this? And then perhaps he bumps into the barber shop like that.
Possibly.
I'm trying to think of how he gets inside a barber shop. That could work. And then obviously he's going to take it eventually to the Anton apartments, and then. So did he kind of just resolve the long shot situation there by beating them?
Yeah, that's all been resolved and done now, hasn't it? But
So she's on friendly terms with him anyway. Maybe he just wants a trim.
Oh, thanks, Joe. Let's have a quick look at this while we're talking.
How was it, Hannah? Apparently that episode was a minute or so longer. Oh yeah, no Ren at all, did we? Which was a surprise to me. Because even after the Chawan sign stuff, they've still got to like go down the Heavens route and that sort of part of the Hong Kong game, aren't they?
Save that over.
There's quite a bit there. And then you've got the overnight scene with Wong and his boat.
Joe,
again.
You're an absolute magician. I'm gonna I'll pull these up in a second. So Joe has rigged these up for us. So just I'll pull these up now. I'll get it going while we're talking. So this is this is out of Shenmue 2. It will be in a minute when I open up my viewer, viewfinder properly. Bear with me. So Joe Kitchen has
Strange.
kindly rigged this up for us. When it comes up, that's not the right. That's the wrong image. Why has it got the wrong image? Hang on, let me just reset it. It might just be having a bit of a fit. There we go. So Joe's just rigged this up for us. It should be popping up on everybody's screens right about now.
Oh, that's sick, mate.
That's absolutely sick.
It took me a minute or two to realise what was actually happening there. So he's even placed.
Yeah.
Is that actually Shoeing's arm, or if you like Photoshop that arm?
That's absolute class. So keep that there for a second. I'll get rid of that, and then no, I don't.
Yeah, okay. So that makes more sense now. That guy in the red.
And then look at the image here.
Recognize him now.
So that's from the anime, straight on.
Yep. That's crazy,
dude. That's amazing.
That's another definitely another comparison.
Yeah.
Shot tweet thing, isn't it? Though.
Yeah,
that was fast.
That's gonna have to go out. That is amazing.
I think he said last week he spent 5 hours rigging up that, the one with like 5 characters on the screen. So I don't know if he spent 5 hours today rigging up characters.
While we're talking, I tell you what, I'll throw it in the comparison thing because it only take me 2 seconds to do because I've got a template. But
yeah, sure, man. That is really cool. And so, were those the only two? I'm assuming the hind blow. Well, not the hind blow, but the scene where they were picking the fight with Guizang. That they were the same characters from the game as well.
Yeah, they were. I'm pretty sure they were. Certainly, the guy with
the hat, guy in the red. Wasn't there a third one in that scene?
Give me two seconds to sort this out. Sorry, Photoshop's just being a bit slow.
That's so cool. And you've got some more material there, Joe. You can like actually rig those scenes up and make a bit of music in the background with them.
I only took Joe an hour this time.
Okay.
Still, man, that is fantastic work. Like, I absolutely
just the way you're rigging that up is like, it's so cool. I don't know how you're doing it.
No, I don't. It's fucking sorcery, if you ask me. But right, okay, so that's in. Then let me just get the anime shot in, and then because we'll use this anyway on our socials later.
That's interesting.
So I can do.
Jin just says he noticed this week's episode had a different voice actor for Rio in the credits.
Yeah, because that was the English voices in there. They've got the wrong credits on there.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go, Ginger. So, did you read Austin Tyndall? And
I did. I was like,
where's he doing all the Japanese from?
Whacking out Japanese quietly.
Yeah, that must be a mistake, right?
Yeah. So I'm just sizing this.
Which is weird. How do you make a mistake on the credits? Surely they're like burnt into the bloody series, aren't they?
I don't know.
Although I did notice the next episode's called Distinct, right?
Distinct, yes.
And I think on our website we had it down as episode 8. Distinct.
We did, and then they've announced the name for this one. I moved it down one. But yeah.
Right. Cool.
Right, let's get this up in my viewer quickly. Hopefully this will pop up on the screen for everybody and be correct. There we are. So that's the comparison shot for everybody using Joe's image with the anime.
I love that.
Fucking unreal.
Just gonna say, it's not actually golden quarter, is it, in the anime?
That is.
I wonder if is that.
That's the top of South Carmaine, I think, because you can see the martial arts school on the right.
Warehouses.
That is unreal.
Oh, sorry, you're right. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I know what you mean.
That is absolutely unreal. Like, insane work, Joe. Love you doing these because I can pull these up on stream and it's great. Again, though, like the attention to detail with the characters, you can see that there. They don't have to do this stuff, do they? They could just go, we'll throw some random people in there, it's fine. But they're going for proper, accurate detail.
It's weird because I don't know why, but with Shenmue 2 thugs, you don't really recognise them as much as Shenmue 1s, do you?
No, but I think that's probably because there's a lot of them.
Yeah, that's true.
Absolutely incredible. Absolutely correct. Joe, awesome work, man. Thank you for letting us use these on stream, by the way. It's awesome. Spot on. Love it. But man, that episode, it was bloody good. Bloody good. Gave us a lot. The way they're playing Dewing up and her character and her interactions with Fang Mei, she's a lot less cold. But do you know what? She's just as intimidating.
Oh, especially that eye scene.
Yeah, oh god. Like, she was like gonna absolutely murder those two.
Still not sure what the relationship is. Is she a servant? Is she a...
Well,
I don't know.
Fang Mei was adopted, wasn't she, by the temple?
Yeah, but you were saying, I think, I forget where we were talking about it, but I thought she was living somewhere, maybe in the, I think you said, was this, I don't know where I was, mate, but someone was saying, what are Han Hui and Fang Mei doing creeping around outside June's room? And then I think I said, did I dream this? Where was this conversation happening? But I think I said, well, what if they actually live in other apartments next door?
Well, yeah, it's possible, isn't it? They could live.
But then I think you said, I've got a vivid memory of you saying something about, well, you think Fang Mei lives in an orphanage.
I don't know.
Did you say that?
I don't remember
you
saying
said that?
An orphanage, but I could have done and forgotten about it, in fairness.
Okay, that was in Titchy's Discord, apparently. So who said about the orphanage then, Frankie? Was that you?
But yeah, Ewing.
They were brought up.
I think Ewing and Fang Mei from the same orphanage, weren't they? Yeah, because
so that she could live in the Dayuan apartments then.
Yeah, could live next door. Quite plausible.
You've got to live somewhere, right?
Yeah,
Master Mo dude's got to live somewhere. Let's see where Joy is staring at her father and son. Also made me wonder what's going on with Joy as well, because we still haven't resolved that, have we? Where she had a little bit of a flashback of herself as a kid crying.
And I'm pretty sure we got a shot of the pendant scene when she was speaking to that boy, like a very brief.
I still think they're teasing that.
Yeah, I still think they're teasing that angle. For sure.
They're going to do a full-fledged flashback, I reckon, at some point. Probably that scene where Rio's about to leave for Kowloon.
Yeah. If they do that, that's the time to do it, isn't it?
Yeah.
But also, Fang Mei tells Rio about Ewing's brother, doesn't she?
Ziming, yeah. Because he sees her crying, which, again, I'm pretty sure that's a scene that has to be in the anime, where she's looking at a photo crying. And there's been glimpses of that anyway, as she's like had these flashbacks in this episode and the last episode, was it? Where you can tell it's in her thoughts. So he's definitely going to get home once and see her crying over this photo, and she's going to drop it. He's going to pick it up. I think that's definitely going to be in the anime.
Yeah, I think so, because there's a lot going on to say. They've got, with all these flashbacks, they have to link it, and obviously that's the most straightforward way to go and do it. But yeah, I'm really impressed with this episode. All the extra scenes, it all makes sense. Yes, they're doing the wood in a different way, in a different order, but they've made it work within the context of doing other things as well, and putting things together and piecing it together. I just think it works really, really well. Like you had episode 6 where you literally arrived in Hong Kong, did a wood, and like met Ewing right at the end. So you've done like 3 things in the game there really quickly together, which gives you the space to then breathe for doing the rest of these wood. And then, hopefully, like with the next episode, you could, in theory, round off Hong Kong. And then have 4 left to do Kowloon.
I don't know. I still feel like there's too much for one more episode, right? With the Shaolin sign, the 4th wood, meeting Ren, like properly meeting Ren. I don't know. I think there might be 2 more episodes.
Bloody hell.
In Hong Kong, possibly. I'm thinking now, man. So they had 5 in Japan. Do you reckon we could get 5 in Hong Kong? And then 3 in Kowloon?
They could do it that way. I mean, you can strip down Kowloon in that... I suppose... What do you need in Kowloon? What do we... Rhea and Wen getting caught and escaping, you need that.
I think you need the Yang having that phone call conversation because he's on the phone so they go to their Yang shop, and you've got to meet Yuan. She's integral, isn't she?
Mm-hmm. And she is cast.
Donu you're meeting.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because I felt like when you were talking to the voice actor of Donu, didn't he say something about it being like episode 8 or something?
He did, but maybe he got confused, in fairness.
Yeah, that's true. Sheep says there's got to be a lot of Donu because the VO said he worked for 5 hours. How long have you spoke to? What did the Guizhang guy say? Because he was on about how long it took him.
I think he said it did.
Didn't he say he knocked it out in about 5 hours as well?
Yeah, 5-6 hours.
How many episodes Guizhang in? Was that 3?
Yeah.
That could work. That could work if Donu's in 3 episodes. Shenhua's VO said she did 10 hours.
Yeah,
what?
She did quite a lot. Work? She did a lot of work. But she doesn't say a lot in these later episodes as well.
I wonder if they're going to have episode... Oh, they can't have a full fucking episode 13 for the Guilin stuff, can they?
I don't think they'll do it.
I don't think they're going to do that.
Flag's saying, do we need Rio doing all 4 fights? Like, I think you could probably get flashes into it, but you don't necessarily need to do them all in detail.
I think for the anime, they're going to do 1 for the scout to
see him, and then he'll take out Master Bai, which we know is appearing because his voice actor's tweeting about it all the time. So you'll get the Yang bit with Ren and Rio getting captured. You got the Yuan stuff and finding Zhang. You need that. Yuan Dezu getting captured and Ghost Hall. Like, they better do the planks.
You don't think Shenhua's voiceover did 10 hours because they saved it for season 2? Do you?
Don't know. Possibly. I don't know. Then you need... Then after Zoo's been captured, that's when you do the fights. Or the fight, and then into Master Bai. You then go...
Stall, please.
And then you've got... then you go into Yellowhead and do the Yellowhead
I think
tear.
You've got to have the Ghost Hall stuff as well. Like, not particularly... Like, the planks can be a piss take kind of thing. Just like 2 seconds piss take. But the room...
Yeah, it has to be there. It's integral to the story. It's integral to the story. You've got to do it. In my book as well. And then you have the Yellowhead stuff. I am utterly convinced Rio and Landy might have a to-do on the rooftop. The opening credits almost intimate it. They're face-to-face in the opening credits. And the stuff's coming up off the ground. I reckon it's the helicopter and Landy's on the roof at the end.
Yeah. Just say about what Paddy's saying, like the 5 hours isn't long if you're factoring it in the time right retakes it. But 10 hours is long for Shenhua, considering how little she has. So that's very interesting. Because I was surprised, actually, when you were talking to the Guizhang guy, Joe Daniels or whatever his name is, or was it? No, not Joe Daniels. Was that
Jeremy
Guizhang?
G? Jeremy G.
Jeremy G. I was surprised when he said it was like 5 hours over, spread across 2 days or something, or 3 days.
Something like that, wasn't it? Excuse me.
Because it didn't seem like long enough to properly do a...
She did say they redid the poem quite a bit, as they did change it, definitely. She said that quite a lot, because the poem they used, the prophecy they used in the trailer for Comic-Con was her audition. That's
Frankie, I'm amazed at how close Frankie and Sheephead's comments were.
I mean, I put this into context. I mean, I interviewed Goro's voice actor yesterday, and he said to me he reckons he spent about 9 hours in the studio.
For Goro.
He
did have a lot of screen time, though, didn't he? To be fair, Goro.
Did. So, I mean, I don't know how it sort of balances out in that respect. But I'm nigh on convinced. I don't think we'll get much of Guilin. If we're going to get any of Guilin, it might be Rio arriving, like, at the end, in the credits or something.
I would like... I mean, I'd hate it. I'd hate it if they just skipped the whole walk. I know, like, they can't really show... They can't show a walk.
No, but they could
not going to spend a whole episode walking.
But they could do Rio. They could, in theory, do it very quickly. Rio arriving, saving Shenhua, some stills for the walk while they talk about stuff, and then into the cave.
The cave, like talking about Nozomi possibly, considering she's in the bloody intro and outro. Possibly.
Right. On that note, I think we should watch the trailer for next week's.
Okay, man. I feel like everything's going so fast.
It's going absolutely rapidly at the moment. So this is the trailer for episode 9 Distinct. Yeah, we'll just see.
Okay, we've got Chawan.
See what
So
we got.
just quickly, so Paddy, I do agree, but then at the same time, maybe they did that. I think we said right at the start they did that scene to add a bit of like context to the poem perhaps, and like the mysticism that players don't see until the very end of the game. They could be showing that just as like a, what was all this about, with no intentions to ever get there, if you know what I mean. But then it does work at the same time, like it's the start and the end.
Right, let's play this. So this is the teaser for episode 9.
On the next all-new episode of Shenmue, the animation.
Commit this arrangement to memory. Use it where people gather. If an associate of Yuanda Zoo sees it, they'll respond somehow.
The customer who was just here left this for you.
Mammo Park at 9.
Shenmue, the
Right, so
animation.
they're doing that fight.
Saturday at midnight.
He's counting his money then.
Must be the place.
Oh,
Only Toonami, an Adult Swim
So they're doing that
Crunchyroll
fight.
original.
Oh shit! Okay.
we can watch it again very
Nice.
quickly if you like.
That's insane.
Yeah, so they're doing that fight.
Why are they doing that fight then?
I don't know. Maybe
Is that just because they want to fight?
they're speeding things up. Because, I mean, in theory, you could do that fight, find out some information about Dojang Diner, go there, have the bigger fight.
Can you see the note, by the
Oh.
way, that he leaves?
Yeah, hang on. Let me just get there.
The place.
The animation.
The only thing that happens from that fight is if you lose the QTE, Rio wakes up and Fang Mei's sort of nursing him.
So here's
So I'm wondering if they're going to do that.
Oh, no.
They're going to
go on.
have him get twatted by that dude with the bat, and then he's going to wake up, and then that's going to add a bit more context for maybe the fourth wound. Like it's, what is Dan? Can anyone recite Dan for me?
I can't off the top of my head. There's the note, by the way, for people who are asking in chat. Yeah, so
gotta be
Mammo
something, but
Park
not
at
moving.
9. So they're doing that fight, which is interesting.
The last two, bottom right, Park.
You go, be brave and stay calm to make the right decision. Okay.
Okay, I'm just wondering if that had any sort of merit. Like she'd teach him that after getting smashed by the bat.
So he's either going to get taken out and then get saved, or he's going to fight them off, find out information, do the Lucky Charm quarter stuff, Ren, Wood as well. Man, I'll tell you what, if they're going to go to Kowloon at the end of this episode, they've got a lot to carry in. I think someone in chat was saying maybe go to Kowloon halfway through episode 10.
True.
Possibly.
Yeah.
But yeah, there we go. I'm very intrigued to see how they're going to do that. There we go.
Maybe 1.5 then could work.
It does feel
Maybe
fast.
maybe the first half of the not the one after the next one is like Ren, and then he drops on the roof of that truck with the mirror and says, "Meet me in Kowloon."
It does feel fast, doesn't it, to do just one more on...
Maybe he could travel to Kowloon at the end of the next episode.
Yeah.
So he's arriving at Dragon's, the big
Dragon
Dragon
Street,
Street gate, and then that's the end of the episode. That could work.
Sorry, I'm just checking the source.
But
about
yeah,
the
I know what you
episode
mean.
names.
There's a lot to squeeze in still, which is why I was surprised. Like the last two have been quite slow episodes, really.
It may not load. Oh, it's down.
What's that, mate?
Where I've been getting the episode names from, Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay, but episode 9 is called Distinct.
Yeah, it's where I was just seeing if episode 10's up on here as a name yet, but it's not.
Right. Well, that'd be a
So,
massive spoiler if it said like bloody.
so I was just gonna have a look to see what they were. I wasn't gonna say. I was gonna have a look, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna be very. I could see Kowloon being quite quick, like
Well,
four.
like the episode names. What are the episode names meaning? To be fair, like aspiration. What was that in this episode? Do you reckon?
I don't know. I could see 4 episodes feels like enough for Kowloon. 3, or 3, you're pushing it very, very much.
What about 3.5 though?
3.5 probably what I'd want as the minimum, considering what they got to put in there. But I'm not questioning them because, in fairness, they've got it pretty bang on. Like in terms of the pacing, I know it's been quick in some parts, but I do think it's going to speed up quite quickly here.
Yeah.
I think they're going to sort of ramp it up a bit, and
I'm wondering if people that have never played the games before, are they feeling that rush? You know, those first 5 episodes in Japan.
I wonder. Well,
Do you reckon to them if it was rushed or not?
I'd love to speak to somebody and ask, like one of
It
the.
could be a good like interview, like someone that is maybe a bit well known-ish in circles, maybe in the gaming things, that's just got into Shenmue. I mean, I wonder if you've done Huber, do you reckon you could speak to Brad Ellis? Because he's not 100% familiar with the games as such. Or someone like that is what I'm thinking, like someone that may not have played the games but are watching the anime and
Yeah, possibly. Contact anyone, you know what I'm like. Drop them an email.
true.
Come on the show. The worst thing I can do is say
is there anyone in the chat? Anyone in the chat that has never played the games?
yeah, if you have, raise your hands. I'll happily talk to you about it. Like when this is over, I'd really like to see.
Okay.
I'd really like to see how they view it. But yeah,
Would be interesting. Oh, there you go, Goon. Save you. I haven't.
so have you discovered this through the anime then, Goon? Is that right in thinking?
That'd be really interesting.
We might have to have a chat.
I mean, you could literally just type it now. You don't have to have a chat. But if you could have a chat with Matt, it would be really interesting. But you could just literally just type. If you felt like at least the first 5 episodes felt like crazy rushed or crazy fast, or
because as long-term fans of the game, it did move very, very quickly in the first 5 episodes. And I think that's universally accepted.
like summed up a whole game in 5 episodes.
I know you want to play the games after watching this. Go ahead,
awesome.
do it.
Yeah.
Seeing that is so pleasing because that's exactly what we want people to do. Ginger, I've never played the game.
Ginger just wants to chat. Oh, that's really cool. I'm glad. At least one person has like joined us as well for the live stream.
Yeah, I'm really pleased.
For the watch along, because that's awesome.
Awesome, man.
Because we must have spoiled something for you, Goon.
Oh, of course we have.
I apologize, like all the stuff that we spoiled. But hopefully that's just added to like the intrigue as well, like what we know.
The games are dirt cheap as well.
It's definitely something that they need to capitalize on after the series is finished, right? They need to like say, look, I know they're cheap anyway, and they're always on sale. But they need to do like a PS Plus. There's the 3-pack of the games.
Oh, they should do all 3 games.
Do you know what I mean?
PS Plus. They'd pick them up, especially with this running. You know, you'd run it in a heartbeat, wouldn't you? I mean, look how much Shenmue 3 got picked up on the Epic Store when it was given away for free.
Exactly, man.
So
just do as many people as you can, and then when you announce Shenmue 4, you've got that dedicated group of people.
Yeah, exactly. And
mate, Paddy that's the dream, innit? Like, I know we've come from like game to anime, which is still cool, but imagine watching a show and then knowing that after the show's finished or like you could do it now. You can download a game and explore that world that you've seen in an anime. Speak to characters that you've might have had glimpses of in the anime, and like just specifically to you, Goon. Like if you're not aware of this in the game, but as you're playing throughout the whole, take Shenmue 1 for example. Some of the stuff you were seeing later on at the forklift and that sort of stuff, you can go all the way back. And that dude that you saw in the first episode, Tom, he's got something unique to say about what you're doing at the moment in the harbour. So you're going to get all these interactions with characters you've seen from the anime that are going to add even more backstory, context, lore, just get more than you've seen in the anime. And even for us, some aspects of the anime are like doing that sort of thing as well. Like we just said about Shuing and Fangmei going out on a little walk and bumping into thugs and stuff like that. That isn't in the game.
No.
Because you're mostly playing the game from the eyes of Ryo. So you don't see all these little character interactions happening elsewhere at the same sort of time. So that's been that sort of aspect for us watching the anime. But just the game is on another level of like character interaction and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, you'll enjoy it, I think, Goon. Be very interested to hear what your thoughts are coming forward as you start playing the games as the anime runs. Excuse me.
Who says, I've had some familiarity with the games for some time, but still you've never played them, so cool.
But seeing that someone coming to here, watching the anime for the first, watching it with us, never been into Shenmue before, now went to play the games. Spot on. Yeah, that says to me they're doing their job properly. Says
and if you want to chat with that, drop him a message.
Yeah,
maybe you can have a little
chat about
interview podcast with him. That'd be cool.
Right. On that note, bombshell, whatever you want to call it, we're going to disappear because we've got a podcast to record. Lots to talk about as well in this one.
Looking forward to reading your notes, Hannah.
Yeah.
And Spags as well. They both had a bit of a combined effort today.
Yeah. So again, thank you for whacking those together. We'll be back 8 o'clock next Sunday for episode 9 distinct. But as ever, I'm going to take us out with Wish. Get your saxophones ready. And we'll see you.
Stick around as well, guys.
Again next
week.
Do
a raid, right?
We are going to try and raid if I can find someone. Take care. See you next week.
Cheers, guys.
祈りにも似た想い し